Hey y'all, it is my 17th video journal slash journey of 2020, and this video is entitled Mindful Magic. And the reason for this is because people who learn different magical modalities, witchcraft, etc., sometimes issue their spells and different things out of their emotions. And so I, number one, recommend if you are upset about something, and you're like wanting to curse someone or hex someone or something like that, give yourself 24 hours before you do it and really gain mastery over your feelings first, because it's important to recognize, as far as my belief system goes, whatever you put out to someone else, you get it back, in even increasingly. So you get it back 10 times worse, or 50 times worse, whatever, any amount. Just know whatever you put out, you get back, whether it be good or bad. So that's important to know, because you could put good stuff out and then get good stuff back. And so I've been meaning to make this video for quite a while, but I received a message from a young lady today who recently put a hex out on an agency. And I had to let her know that I'm not in full agreement with that, because that, what you do to that agency also affects thousands, if not millions, of other people. And you don't know how it's going to affect those people. So I had to let her know I'm not in agreement, and you need to gain mastery over your emotions and yourself. So I've been thinking about making this video for several weeks now, and this finally prompted me to do it, because I feel it's very important to get the knowledge out for people to recognize that we don't, number one, have all the information. So if someone does something that we feel like is wrong or against us, we don't have all the information. We don't know their motives. We don't know the situation that they were in at the time. They could have just been having a bad day, for instance. So we really need to be more mindful with our magic. So let me give you an example of a situation that happened to me personally. So I use brown bottle spells. So I'm not sure if you know what that is, but when someone does something that I feel like is just the worst thing ever, or a person I have to continue to deal with on a regular basis for whatever reason, I use the brown bottle spells to kind of put a lid on it. So people use brown bottle spells to do all type of malicious things to people. I don't do my brown bottle spells like that, because I really believe that whatever you put out into the world, into the universe, out to others, is going to come back to you. So this is the example. So I have neighbors. I live in a duplex, and both the man and woman really, first of all, they're racist. They've said all types of absurdities in regards to my children. I have black children. The woman came down one day banging on my door at 8:45 in the evening. I had just moved in, and I had been hanging stuff, like putting a new fixture in the closet to create more space for my things. And so I was hammering, and she comes down and throws a fit. It's not even 9 o'clock at night, and I had to work that day, so it was later than I normally would be doing that type of thing. But she comes down and just irate and going off, and I look at my watch and I'm like, it's 8:39. That's what time it was. It was 8:39. Like, it's 8:39, and you're coming banging on my door and basically, I just let her know, if you have a problem, you need to approach me more respectfully, because I don't mind stopping what I'm doing, but I do mind the way you're approaching me about it. Anyway, she got to talking crazy, and this was an older woman than me. She probably close to 60, in her late 50s or 60s, so older than me. And I was just like, ooh, if she would have caught me in my younger days, I would not have been so calm in my handling of that situation. My son, however, who was 19 at the time, was ready. Like, he comes out of his room, he's ready to go off. And I told him, just go, calm down. I will teach you how to handle this later. And so I taught him how to use the brown bottle spells. And I taught him the same thing I'm going to explain to you all now. The importance of being mindful in your magic. And I'm going to tell you what I found out later that made me appreciate the fact that I use my magic in this manner. So, when I do my magic, I ask the universe for this particular spell for it to be done to her according to that which is in her heart. So, when you're using magic, and if you say for something to be done in accordance with what's in a person's heart, the good thing about that is it can only affect you in the way in which your heart is. Okay? So, if she has an evil, wicked heart, and the universe wants to act in accordance to a way that is with her heart, then something bad might happen to her. I don't know. I leave it to the universe to make that decision. Some people do these spells and have evil intent in their heart. I'm just pretty much binding it. Like I said, put a lid on it. In other words, keep her at a distance away from me and my children and protect us so we're safe. However, your means of doing that, let it be in accordance with her heart. So the good thing about that is, because if anything comes back to me, it's also going to be in accordance with my heart. So if I'm doing good things and putting good out into the world, then that spell cannot backfire on me in a negative way. So what I found out later about that woman by my landlady when I told her about this situation, she said, oh, I think she may be developing Alzheimer's. She probably wasn't all the way there. And she also said that her husband was an alcoholic for many years, and they've lived here for decades, probably at least 20 years. They've just lived here for a really long time. She said her husband used to be an alcoholic, and he was very abusive to her. All of this, I had no idea of knowing. We had just moved in here, so I could have not known the details behind that. So I was glad that I worked my magic in such a way. And I explained that to my son. See the benefit of working your magic in such a way, because it still allows for compassion. Okay? So anyway, I haven't even had my tea yet. And I do a daily morning reading on Facebook Live, actually. So if you're interested in hearing it, it's usually between 5 and 10 minutes long. Rarely is it 10 minutes, maybe on the weekends, or maybe if I get to rambling. But you can find me on Facebook at Tanya Marie Foliano, just like my YouTube channel. And send me a friend request, and I will be happy to accept that, as long as your Facebook page is full of good vibes and positive energy. So I'm sending out love, light, and healing energy, and ask that you pass it on and pay it forward. Until next time, peace. Later.